Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super hyped that you're here as always, and I'm excited about today's show because in the building I have Vivian Green and I love her music. We're going to be talking about her 7th studio album, Love Absolute, and of course I'm going to be asking her your fan submitted questions. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss today's show. Joining me today, I have Vivian Green. Welcome to Check the Rhymes.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Good.
I see you've got one of my favorite movies behind you, The Wiz.
Yeah. This is one of my absolute favorite musicals. I'm a theater geek, so I probably know like every musical soundtrack, but this is my baby.
Yeah.
And this stretched canvas over wood. It's like 5
cool.
feet high, inches thick, so it's not a poster. Okay.
Oh, you're a serious fan. I don't blame you though.
Or so I love your poster. Like it's not a poster. No.
Well, see, I saw you mention that in another interview, so I was like, "Don't call it a poster. Don't call it a poster." So, Love Absolute. I'm so excited about this album. So tell me, and the fans, how is this album different from your previous albums?
It's different because I made a point to write 75% of the album at the piano and just me and the piano and no one else there. Like I haven't done that in years, honestly. And I've never made a point to pretty much do almost an entire album that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get into the business, you kind of get into the rhythm of, people submitting tracks and then you writing to what's already there. And there's nothing wrong with writing that way, by the way.
Right.
But I started writing songs at the piano by myself as a tween. And I wanted to go back to the genesis of my art. And I thought that was very important. And I really do think it gives Love Absolute a little magic. I do. Now the other 25%, I let Kwamè do because he has a gift for the up tempos, and I would never try to act like that's my thing because that's his thing. He's made it my thing, but it's really him.
Yeah, like you two, and I said in my intro, when you two are together, like the work, it's just like magic. Like so keep that up. And tell Kwamè, hey, tell him it's Mofo Chronicles. He knows me as my blog name.
Oh, okay. I'll tell him. He knows everybody, girl. He knows everybody. Can't take him anywhere. Okay.
And it's funny because you came to Charlotte for I can't remember what the festival was, and I was backstage, and he's like, "What's up, Mofo Chronicles?" And I was like, "Wait a minute." And then I saw you guys again at Black Music Honors, which is where we actually finally met face to face.
Oh yeah.
And when you did the tribute to Jody Watley, but I want to talk about that in a little bit. But
okay.
Yeah, so I feel like I've run into you a lot, but like it's like full circle.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. But yeah, Kwamè, of the two of us, he's been in the industry so much longer, and I think I know he's interacted with more people than I have as a producer. You know, he's kind of been on every end of the spectrum, and he just knows, like, he knows everybody. Like, we walk into a room, he's gonna get the attention, not me. It's funny, I love it. It works for me because I'm more shy anyway, and he's the social, one that likes to be out there. So it works, but it's really funny when we do like concerts, and he'll like play. So he'll play DJ. I would say he's not my DJ because I don't pay him to DJ.
Right.
He likes to play DJ because he likes to be on stage. He likes it, and people are always so hype about his presence. So it's really cool, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. So I want to ask you about just a few of the songs on the album. I'm just going to throw the name out, and you can tell me the story behind it or what it means to you, or So one of my favorites is "You Send Me."
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so "You Send Me" was started at the piano, just me. I think I wrote the whole thing at the piano, and then I gave it to Kwam to compose around. And I don't prefer or don't like to, or just don't write explicitly about sex, because I'm definitely more conservative, like in that way.
Right.
And I always try to find some abstract way to talk about it. And so that's pretty much what it's about.
And you know what? And it's interesting. A lot of the songs from, I think we were having this discussion on Twitter, that a lot of the songs from back in the day, we're just now realizing that they are about sex. And we're like,
right. Yeah. Like from the 70s and early 80s. Yeah. They had really good, cool, abstract ways of writing about it then. Like now it's just like, y'all could be creative, like really?
Right.
I guess this generation likes that, but it's just not me. So I never want to like do something that I know is inauthentic to me. So, and
yeah.
I thought, the You Send Me has like a whole abstract feel, not just like the words being like a total metaphor, but the music itself is very abstract,
Yeah.
So the chord structure as well. So it just all works together,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about the song Light Up with Ghostface Killah?
Yeah. So Ghost wanted to be on Get Right Back to My Baby, and by the time he reached out to Kwamè about it, the song had kind of ran its course. We were kind of at the end of the cycle of the song, and we were like, oh man, if only you called like 6 months ago, this would have been great.
Right.
So he was basically like, you got to get on something, whatever we do next, you got to get on. And so Light Up was that song. But he's really sweet and gracious and wonderful, and the Wu-Tang Clan is legendary, like beautifully legendary, and it's fantastic that he even had any interest getting on Give It Back to My Baby. So it's just great, it's just one of those things where you're like, wow, I'm so grateful, this is wonderful. So yeah.
Now, what song
is excited about him being on it? Like I have yet to do an interview where no one's excited to talk about that. So that's really great,
Yeah, legend. So what song is your sister on? I saw like on the press release that your sister was involved in the project.
Oh, so she wrote 2 of the interludes. Yeah, she wrote 2 interludes. So this pretty much, it's a young girl, like a, I don't know, teenager or coming of age, and then there's a older woman, slightly older woman, and then there's like a senior, and they all have this short monologue that they say, and it all is in relation to the song that comes after. So it happens twice.
Okay, awesome. And your son, Jordan.
All of those words that they say.
Yeah, and your son's on the album as well.
Yeah, he has an interlude as well, but that's definitely not his first. He's had a couple in the past on other albums.
Yeah. So does he like doing that, or is he just kind of?
I don't know. He's 16 now, so he's like over my whole existence. So I don't know.
Teenager.
That's how teenagers are. So he's gonna do it, of course, but he's not gonna act like he's excited about it.
Right. Yeah, like mom got me doing this.
God forbid you show anything like that.
Okay, what about the song with Mike Phillips that you have, Harlem Blues?
Oh my God, that is one of my absolute favorite songs in the world. I've wanted to record it forever. I don't know why I haven't done it until now, know, but I guess it just fit this body of work better. I don't know. I love it. Like I said, I've loved it for years. I used to sing it in talent shows and things like that as a teenager. I love jazz. Jazz is definitely one of my first loves as a genre, and I'm just really excited to include it on the album. I think it shows, the versatility of me as a singer and just my musical tastes in general, and it really adds something beautiful to the body of work. I haven't recorded a jazz record since my first album, so I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump into the fan questions because there's quite a few, and I want to make sure we have time for some of them. Someone wanted to know what your dream collaboration is.
It used to be Kanye West, but that has since
throw that one out the window.
But it used to be. I mean, as far as his you know, his art and his creativity, especially in the beginning. And not that he's not just talented now, but I'm saying sometimes you are first introduced to someone, and especially at that time when I just didn't like where hip hop was, it was just amazingly refreshing, you know, when he came on the scene. And I just love that he, you know, he produced everything. And, you know, I just thought he was just a fantastic artist, and he had something to say that I really appreciated. So, yeah. Well, you know, it's all good.
Yeah. So who would it be now? Is there anybody else that kind of?
Well, you know, it's always an interesting question, because I know that is the culture of, you know, I know, well, I'm aware of that, but I grew up in a different time where features definitely happened, but it wasn't like, you know, it didn't mean as much as they do now. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really grow up like buying a Whitney Houston or, you know, album or Toni Braxton album, like, oh yeah, who's on this joint as a feature? Like,
right, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
I'm gonna need a Baker's album. Like, I never, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same era. Yeah, I get it.
I guess at the time Mariah started doing it, which would be like, I think her Butterfly album maybe. You know, I started to get used to her doing it, because that's something that she just started to include after that. But yeah, I never think of an artist that I love, like, who's the feature? Like when Sade drops, I'm not like, who's the feature?
Right.
I think because I just came up in a different time that I don't think of who I'm going to collaborate with. It's just not something that's on my mind until somebody asks me, like, now, and then I have to try to think of something.
And I mentioned that when I saw you at Black Music Honors, you were part of the Jodie Watley tribute. And so someone, of course, wanted to know, is there any other artist that you would love to do a tribute to?
Oh my God. I would love to be a part of a Mariah tribute. I am a huge Mariah Carey fan. I know like all the songs. Like I relate to her voice because besides her notes up here, her whistle notes, like I relate to her range because she can sing just as deep and just as high, like in her natural voice.
Right.
And as a girl growing up, like I totally would, you know, just kind of warm up or, you know, just say, oh, let me hear this Mariah song. Oh, she went a little higher this time. Let me see if I can hit that with her. Like she really was a part of my voice growing up, you know.
Wow.
And I mean my voice, like the raising of
my
voice. She was a really big part of that. And she's a singer-songwriter, so she was really a huge inspiration for me in my teens. Mm-hmm. So I would love to be a part of that. Toni Braxton as well. Yeah. Because her lower register is rich, and I could always sing as deep as Toni. Mm-hmm. And I always related to her voice in that way, the sultriness of it. Because my voice is like my lower voice, like has like nothing to do with my higher voice. Like anybody that like knows my catalog and is really familiar with my voice, like you would never think the person that's sings What Is Love is that from my first album is the same voice that's singing Give Right Back to My Baby. Like it's different, you know, like my voice, and it has a breaking point where it's like once I pass these two notes, it's like a different voice, it's a different tone, different texture. It's hard to mix or EQ in the studio as well because of those things. Right. So I have like you know, a couple singers that kind of make my voice make sense for me. Yeah, well, those are great choices though. Yeah. So Toni for my lower register, but Toni can get pretty high, honestly too. She really can. She'll come back down, but her range is pretty wide as well. So I would totally do any of those tributes. Sade tribute, I'm here for it. Anita Baker tribute, I would be here for that, but they already done that so many times. Maybe she won't get any more because she has so many. Yeah. I would love to see a Sade tribute though. Absolutely. I would so love to be a part of that. She is one of my absolute favorites. Like, oh my God. So any of those, I would love to be a part of it. Okay. Someone wanted to know, with obviously things are a little different because of the pandemic. Are you going to be doing more virtual shows? Are you actually doing them in person? How is that working? Like, especially to promote the album? Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be a little bit of both, honestly. So like I have something coming up in a couple weeks in Texas where it's like one of those outside parking lot shows. It'll be my first one. So I'm really excited to do it just to see what that feels like. That's a whole new experience for the artists as well as the audience. So yeah. look forward to seeing what that's like. I've done a couple performances at home for for private events. So I did something for St. Jude's,
Right.
recently did something for Sirius XM. So I kind of know what that is.
Right.
I've done it a few times. But yeah, it's the live shows. I think once the promoters kind of work it out a little more, because it's still like an experiment, the parking lot concerts.
Yeah.
Once they work it out more, that you'll see artists on the road more. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I know here they're doing a lot of the drive-in theater kind of vibe, but it's, a stage, and you sit in your car away from people, or you can sit in front of your car.
Parking lot, the drive-in. Yeah.
Yeah. So someone also wanted to know, okay, it was me, but I wanted to know, like, your beauty secrets. Please share, because I'm like, you don't age. Like, what are your beauty secrets?
Oh, thank you. That is so sweet. I do age though. I do.
Nope. I was looking at the album covers over the years. I'm like, how does she look the same in all of them?
Oh wow, where do I begin? So I drink a lot of water. I can start off by saying that. I don't, it's the only thing I drink, besides maybe tea sometimes, but I watch the tea, because I like black teas. It's not really good for your teeth, so I kind of stay away from it too much. So I drink water. I don't drink anything else, honestly. So no Pepsi, no Mountain Dew, no Fanta, nope, none of that. Or Fanta, however you say it. I don't even know how to say it, because I don't drink it.
No soda.
I have, my diet is, it's pretty, a lot of things are omitted from my diet. Let me just say. That's like a whole interview. Right,
yeah. You'll have to come back so we can do it then.
You're going to start to judge me like, oh my God. Okay, so I don't eat, I don't eat, okay, let's start with protein. So I don't eat chicken. I don't eat turkey. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork.
Okay.
That does not make me a vegan, because I do eat fish. So like last night I had salmon, mustard salmon. So I eat that. But I'm probably a vegetarian, just as far as like what I'm actually eating, probably 2 or 3 times a week. And
okay.
I have fish. I eat lots, and I mean lots, of leafy greens. Like, that is a major part of my diet. I have a smoothie in the morning. I use coconut water because it has a lot less sugar than like using apple juice or white grape juice, which is very, very sweet. And so just to tone the sugar down, sugar is not our friend. So tone the sugar down. I use coconut water and, and fruit, and I make it myself in the mornings. That's my breakfast, like, every day. Like, that does not waver. That's just what I have in the morning. Banana, blender, my Ninja. That's what I do. And, dinner always has a ton of green vegetables. Like, so my fruit and vegetable servings are probably above whatever the recommended, is.
Right.
I want more. And all that stuff is really good for you, There's lots of antioxidants and, lots of great nutrients for your hair, your skin, and your nails, and in the food itself. So, and I stay away from junk. So like, no white cheddar popcorn, no Doritos, no Fritos, none of that.
Those are the hard things to get rid of.
I haven't had that stuff in years. Like this is not like some trend that I'm on. This is like almost over 20 years of eating this way.
It's a lifestyle for you. Yeah.
So my son, like, he wasn't raised on any of that stuff. Like, he wasn't raised on any of it. So the junk is out. I don't do deep fried foods either, because it's it's very high in saturated fat. That's not good. So so I really, really do eat this way. I know it's probably really sickening.
No, not at all. I'm like very interested. No, that's.
And I'm not very preachy about it. Like, if you go to like my social media pages, like, maybe every now and then I'll throw something in there. But I know people have to come to have their own epiphany about changing their lifestyle, and I preached to, and I just try not to do that. But when I'm asked, I do answer, honestly. But then also, I work out. I also work out. I used to run every single day, which I love, but now that I am a little bit older, my knees can't take it every day, so I do it every other day.
Okay.
And I'll do some other, cardio, in place of the knee stress cardio. So so do push-ups every day, do ab work every day. I really do this stuff every day, though, like really.
Okay. All right. And for my last question, and this is something I always ask anybody that comes to the show, especially now, what affirmation are you kind of telling yourself daily, or a daily mantra or something, just so you keep going, even those moments where you're kind of discouraged or frustrated, or just to something to really get you through the day?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't have an answer to this question.
Okay.
Can we come back to it?
Yes. That's okay. I'll give you an example of like something I tell myself every day is like everything is always working out. Calm down. Basically, like it's gonna work out. Just calm down. Breathe. Like just stop and breathe. So that's something I tell myself. But
you know what? I do the same thing then.
Okay.
I didn't think of that as a mantra or affirmation, but you're right, it is. So I just wasn't even thinking of it in that way. So I'm glad you gave me the example.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Okay.
And I also say, whatever's meant for you is for you. And if it's not, then it's not. Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay. So tell everybody where they can get Love Absolute.
So Love Absolute is available on all streaming platforms. You can also order a physical copy from Amazon or directly from the label. If you go to my social media pages at I am Vivian Green, the link to order is in the bio. And that'll take you to any streaming site you want to go to, and it'll also take you to directly to get a physical copy. If you do it that way, it'll be signed. If you order from Amazon, it won't be signed, but if you order directly, it will be signed. So.
Well, I have to ask, will there be vinyl? Because I'm a huge vinyl head. I collect vinyl. So will there be vinyl?
I think we're trying to do a limited edition vinyl. So right now there isn't, but I think there will be, but it'll be a limited edition. So we'll make sure you get one.
Okay. I would love to have it in my collection. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Vivian, for stopping by Check the Rhymes. And everybody make sure you get Love Absolute and follow her directions on where to get it on her social media sites. Click that link. And so you'll have to come back so we can talk more, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day too.